morning, students. Today, we will be discussing goal setting, and the purpose is to inculcate within you the value of goals and for it to become a lifelong custom. Goal setting is one way to keep yourself organized and intentionally progressing in a positive direction. You can set many goals for yourself. Goals may be personal, financial, social, educational, career-oriented, or otherwise. Remember, there are short-term goals, long-term goals, and very long-term goals. Let's turn to page 29 and discuss Christopher's story. When Christopher entered grade 7, he immediately became very popular and known as the class clown. He was constantly distracting others and devising mischief. He was also suspended a few times because of missing assignments and coursework. Chris, as he was affectionately called by his classmates, would also take extended vacations with his parents. On one such occasion, he missed a national exam. In an effort to assist Chris, Mrs. Brown, his homeroom teacher, sent him to the guidance center. By this time, he was in grade 11 and wanted to make some changes in the way he had been behaving over the past years. Chris changed his behavior over the next year, but unfortunately, his GPA remained at a 2.0. He was unable to obtain any scholarships and barely made it into college. Students, this is what happens when you do not set goals. Now, for this assignment, please do the activities on pages 30 and 31. As you begin to set your goals, you will also develop your decision-making style. No one is born with perfect decision-making skills. However, this is a skill that needs to be learned and strengthened, but it will never be perfected. A poor decision can cause you to end up in prison. A decision to break school rules can cause you to be suspended or expelled from school. Making positive decisions are crucial to your well-being, and as we learned in a previous lesson, peer pressure can influence the decision that we make. Today, we are going to discuss how to gain empowerment in decision-making processes. There are 3 decision-making styles, and as you hear or read the definitions, determine the style that you are. First, the inactive decision-making style. This is the style in which you fail to make choices, and this failure determines what happens. Students with this style usually put off making difficult decisions and end up having to deal with whatever happens. They do not gain the self-confidence that they would have gained had they made a decision and was accountable for the end result. In other words, they do not become empowered. The reactive decision-making style. This is when you allow others to make decisions for you. These students are easily influenced and they lack self-confidence and have a need to be liked by others. Like inactive decision makers, they too are not empowered. The proactive decision style making. The student examines the decision to be made, identifies and evaluates the actions to be taken, selects an option, and then accepts responsibility for the consequences of his action. Students who use this style do so by using the responsible decision model. The responsible decision model. This is a series of steps which ensure that your decisions lead to promote actions of good health, obedience to laws, protection, and safety. Let's look at the steps. The first one, describe the situation that requires a decision. The second, list possible decisions you might make. The third, share the list of possible decisions with a trusted friend. The fourth, evaluate the consequences of each decision. The fifth, decide which decision is responsible and most appropriate. And finally, number 6, act on your decision and evaluate the results. This ends our lesson for today. After reading lessons 5 and 6, you are to also complete the activity on page 38. Our next meeting will be on Zoom and we will discuss all assignments. So until then, goodbye.